How plants talk beneath our feet, the hidden internet of trees. Ever walked through a forest and felt like you were surrounded by silent giants? Well, what if I told you they're not silent at all? Beneath your feet, right now, there's a bustling, ancient communication network, a biological internet that connects almost every plant and tree in the woods. It's a world of whispers, trades, and alliances, happening completely out of sight. This is the Wood Wide Web, and it's going to change the way you see the forest forever. This incredible network isn't made of fiber optic cables. It's made of fungi, specifically tiny thread-like structures called mycelium. These fungal threads form a symbiotic relationship with tree roots, creating what scientists call a mycorrhizal network. The fungus is great at exploring the soil, mining for nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, which it then trades with the tree. In exchange, the tree, through photosynthesis, provides the fungus with the sugars it needs to survive. It's a beautiful partnership. But this is just the beginning. The fungal threads don't just connect to one tree, they weave a vast, intricate web, connecting individual trees, even trees of different species, into a single, unified community. Think of it like a massive underground stock market, where resources are constantly being traded. So, how do we know this is really happening? We have to thank pioneering scientists like Dr. Suzanne Simard. Her work in the forests of British Columbia completely revolutionized our understanding of ecosystems. She had a groundbreaking idea. What if these fungal networks weren't just for simple trading? What if trees were using them to actively communicate and support each other? To test this, she designed a brilliant experiment. She took 3 types of trees: a paper birch, a Douglas fir, and a western red cedar. The fir and birch were connected by this underground fungal network, but the cedar was not. Then, she covered a birch tree with a plastic bag and injected it with radioactive carbon-14 gas. This acted as a tracer, allowing her to follow where the carbon, a key product of photosynthesis, was going. What she discovered was astonishing. The carbon didn't just stay in the birch tree. It traveled through the mycorrhizal network and into the neighboring Douglas fir. The birch was literally sharing its food with the fir. Even more interesting, when the birch was shaded, the fir tree sent carbon back to it. They were helping each other out depending on who needed it most. And the cedar tree, which wasn't part of the network, it received nothing. This was the first concrete proof that trees were sharing resources through this hidden web. This wasn't just passive leakage, it was an active transfer. Dr. Simard's research went even further. She identified what she calls mother trees. These are the largest, oldest trees in the forest. They act as central hubs in the network, connected to hundreds of other trees around them. They are the matriarchs of the forest. And they do something incredible. They nurture their young. Through these fungal links, a mother tree can send excess carbon and nutrients to the saplings growing in her shade, giving them a much-needed boost to help them survive in the dark understory. It's like a mother feeding her children. She even found that these mother trees can recognize their own kin. In experiments, she observed that mother trees sent more resources to their own seedlings than to random seedlings planted nearby. It suggests a level of recognition and preferential treatment that we usually only associate with animals. The forest isn't just a random collection of competing individuals. It's a society with families, neighbors, and complex relationships. But the communication doesn't stop at resource sharing. The network also functions as a forest-wide alarm system. When one tree is attacked by a pest, say an insect that's chewing on its leaves, it can send out chemical distress signals. These signals travel through the mycorrhizal network to its neighbors. Forewarned, the neighboring trees can then ramp up their own chemical defenses before the insects even get to them. They might produce more tannins or other compounds that make their leaves less tasty to the attackers. It's a coordinated, community-wide defense strategy, all orchestrated underground. Imagine a Douglas fir being nibbled by a spruce budworm. It releases a chemical cocktail into the network. A nearby ponderosa pine, even though it's a different species, picks up on this signal. It understands the warning and starts producing defensive chemicals in its own needles, becoming less appetizing and better prepared for the impending attack. This sharing of information makes the entire forest more resilient. An attack on one becomes a lesson for all. This changes everything we thought we knew about nature. For centuries, the dominant view of ecology, inspired by Darwin, was one of fierce competition. The survival of the fittest, where every individual plant is in a ruthless battle for sunlight, water, and space. But the Wood Wide Web reveals a different story. It shows that cooperation, collaboration, and communication are just as, if not more, important for survival. The forest isn't a battlefield, it's a community. A superorganism where the health of the individual is inextricably linked to the health of the whole. This has huge implications for how we manage our forests. Practices like clear-cutting, where every tree in an area is removed, don't just destroy the trees we see, they obliterate this vital underground network, this ancient library of wisdom and support that has taken centuries, even millennia, to develop. When we replant with a monoculture, a single species of tree, we're creating a silent, disconnected forest. These new trees lack the support system of a mother tree, the shared resources, and the early warning system against pests and disease. They're more vulnerable, less resilient. It's like trying to build a city with no roads, no internet, and no communication. Understanding this hidden world encourages us to think more like a forest. We need to preserve not just individual trees, but the entire complex, interconnected system. This means protecting old-growth forests and their crucial mother trees. It means promoting biodiversity, because we now know that trees of different species actively help each other. The forest thrives on diversity. So the next time you're walking among the trees, take a moment to think about what's happening beneath your boots. Think about the conversations, the trades, the warnings being passed from root to root. The forest is alive with a form of intelligence we are only just beginning to understand. It's a world of profound connection and cooperation. And it teaches us a powerful lesson: that we are all connected, and that strength is found not in isolation, but in community. Thank you so much for watching. If this blew your mind, please hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the hidden wonders of our world. See you next time.